holding a shoe that was partly made with a 3D printer. Yeah, it's the future. It's cool.
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another GingerRunner.com review, and I am happy to be reviewing today's shoe. Really happy. Am I already drunk? Today, I am reviewing the Pearl Izumi Road N2 2015 edition. Oh, hello, blue shoe. All right, check this bad boy out. This is one of the brand new Pearl Izumi shoes that will be coming out in 2015. Their whole lineup is kind of getting a redo, utilizing this new seamless upper technology, which I believe uses a 3D printer, which is pretty cool. Some new outsole design, some reimagined midsole materials and stuff like that. Overall, I was actually really pleased with the shoe. I didn't run in the 2014 N2. This is the first N2 that I've run in. However, I did review and run in the N1 and N0, which I loved. Both those shoes I think are fantastic. But the N2 is at that tipping point for me of almost too much shoe and a really great trainer. So it's kind of in that middle ground for me, but I think this is going to be a pretty solid review. Here are the things that I like and dislike about the Pearl Izumi Road N2 2015 edition. Things that I like. The upper. I think this is their new technology, their new design that is really going to bring this shoe to the next level. I think this 3D technology and seamless upper is great. It fits my foot well, it wraps my foot in nicely, it locks it down. There's enough flex for my toes to splay, my foot to swell up a little bit. It's great. Responsive. Now in some shoes I say responsive and I'm like, it's okay. Sometimes it's a negative in quality, but in this one, I actually really like the responsiveness of the shoe because I think it caters to those with a higher cadence. So for those days that I'm really kind of going high cadence, necessarily speed, it's really nice. Outsole. The new outsole redesign I think is also pretty solid. They have these flex grooves here now built in all the way through the shoe, so it actually provides a little bit more flexibility in the forefoot. And the pods of blown rubber on the outsole actually help contribute to better traction, better grip than the other versions that I have reviewed in the past. And looks, I think that's a solid looking shoe. They just keep it simple. Blue with a little bit of black. And that's enough for me. I mean, I wear this thing casually all the time. I just think it's a solid looking shoe. It doesn't necessarily look like a running shoe. It looks like a style shoe as well. I'm just digging the looks entirely, so that's a benefit for me. But now it's time to move on to the dislikes. Shoe's actually pretty heavy. Compared to its counterpoints, there are other shoes in the Pearl Izumi line, the N1, the N0, that are lighter versions at 10 plus ounces. In this one, it's just that tipping point. It's a little too heavy for my foot for longer runs. The outsole wave band. Now in the previous version of the Pearl Izumi shoes, both road and trail, this band right here, right through the middle, was all one piece, which is really kind of innovative. It was almost like a rib kind of running through the shoe that allowed that flexibility to snap back. So you got a really nice responsive ride. By breaking it up here with these flex grooves, I think it almost causes a little bit of a problem in that department. It takes away from that snappiness. So I will say that I miss that outsole wave rib band right through the middle. It was fun. I liked it. Heel comfort. The heel counter in this shoe is super deep, bro. Super stiff, but that's not all. The EVA back here seems to be a little bit stiffer than the EVA up front, and the outsole rubber is a denser, more difficult rubber to break down, compress, and flex through. Now, unfortunately, that contributes to a really locked in solid heel, which is not my favorite thing in a running shoe that I hope to go long miles in. I want a shoe to work with my foot, not force my foot into a certain position, and that's kind of what this heel begins to do. But that is it for dislikes. I think this shoe is pretty solid. It's definitely worth getting your foot into, but there are other versions, both lighter and heavier, that'll also be interesting to compare to. The N1 could be a really, really great road shoe if it has some of the qualities of this new upper and outsole combining for a lighter shoe that could really work well. But we're talking about the N2 today, so I'm just gonna move on to the points. Quality, I'm gonna give 4 out of 5. I think everything is high quality standard. I've always really liked Pearl Izumi shoes. I think this new version is definitely up there. So I think it's a solid shoe. Comfort, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5, though it is kind of that borderline 3 out of 5. Yes, I like the responsiveness, but I think the heel really contributes to a really harsh ride, especially on slight declines where you might be heel striking a little bit more. Price, I gotta give it 3 out of 5. At $120, I don't think it's worth that high of a markup. You can get the N2 2014 edition for much less. Yes, it's utilizing 3D printing. That also, I believe, saves them costs. So I don't know why the shoe is all of a sudden way up in price. I just made a kissing noise. And finally, looks. 4 out of 5. I think it's a great shoe. Not only for running in, but also for just wearing casually. So that gets a good point in my book. Yay. Brings our grand total to 15 out of 20 for the Pearl Izumi Road N2 2015 edition. A reminder, while I did not run in the Road N2 2014 edition, I think this is a nice shoe in their lineup. I did run in the N1 and the N0, both of which I really like, so I'm excited to get my feet into the 2015 edition of those shoes. But you know, Give them a look, give them a try. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you run in the N2 2015 edition? Let me know. What are the things you like or dislike about the shoe? And that is it for today's review. I hope you liked it. If you did, like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel. YouTube.com/TheGingerRunner, posting reviews and films and live shows and stuff all the time. Cute stutter, Ginger. I'm on all the social networks. Over on Twitter, it's @TheGingerRunner. On Facebook, it's Facebook.com/TheGingerRunner. On Instagram, it's @EthanNewberry. And of course, GingerRunner.com. Now, every single Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm doing live shows with guests, and you can interact with us right there on the fly. It's the future. So make sure you check out those shows. And that is it for today's show. Hope you guys are getting out there training hard, racing harder, and partying the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week. Okay, goodbye.